the forehead and hand. And these words, which I command you today, shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. You shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. Deuteronomy 6, verses 6 through 8. Modern books on Bible prophecy suggest that the mark of the beast could be a microchip inserted into the hand that would replace credit cards as a means of making purchases. Others have suggested that it would be some kind of visible tattoo, which makes one's allegiance to the beast power obvious to authorities. Both of these suggestions, however, were invented by people who made a critical error in reading the book of Revelation. They failed to put it in the context of the entire Bible. A mistake a lot of people make. You need the whole Bible. The language of Revelation is largely borrowed from the Old Testament. When John prophesied that the beast's followers would have his mark on their foreheads or their hands, it was a direct allusion, A-L-L, not I-L-L, to the instruction God gave the children of Israel on at least 4 occasions. They were to bind his law on their foreheads and hands as a sign. Some observant Jews take this command quite literally by using Tefillin or Phylacteries, these little leather boxes containing passages of Scripture that are tied to their foreheads and hands with leather straps. Modern expositors of Bible prophecy also fail to notice that there is an allegorious sign among God's people. The Father's name written on their foreheads. God's name, of course, is a reference to his character. As Jesus explained, I have manifested your name to the men whom you have given me out of the world. When you put all the pieces together, the contrast is striking. There are only 2 groups in this world. Those who adopt the character of fallen angels, who have determined that they will decide for themselves what is right, and those who have submitted to the will of God, realizing that his government is both just and merciful, and that God can be trusted. As world history draws to a close, the polarization between these 2 groups will be abundantly evident. Given the late hour in which we live, the choice facing us today is clear. Will we choose to believe in our thoughts, represented by the forehead, and actions, represented by the hand, that God can be trusted? Will we use our lives to acknowledge, privately and publicly, that God truly does belong on the throne of this universe?